Today I'm going to show you how you can recondition and restore an old lead-acid battery that no longer functions properly, and hopefully keep some of these in your pocket. Now there are many ways that a battery can fail, and many of those ways are catastrophic or unrecoverable. However, I'm talking about a specific failure mechanism, one that usually occurs after a battery has been stored for a long period of time or has been not properly maintained. And you may find one of three symptoms, or any combination of them. One, you may find that the battery doesn't accept a charge very well from your charger. Your charger may even refuse to charge it if it's a smart charger. Two, you may find that your battery doesn't have the amperage capacity that you think it should. For example, a trolling motor may not run with the amount of power that you think it should have. Or three, the battery may not last as long as you think that it should. It may go dead very soon after you start using it. In many cases, these batteries are recoverable with a little bit of reconditioning. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to demonstrate that technique on this battery here. It's a good candidate because this particular battery, if I wanted to purchase a new one, would cost me about $450 plus shipping because I can't get them locally. It's a very expensive battery, and I would like to see if I can recover this one. It has been stored and unused for 4 years. And it has a dead cell. And I'm going to try this method on it. It may or may not work. This battery is heavily sulfated, but I'm going to give it a try and we can at least demonstrate on this battery. If you have a battery that's more like this, a standard automotive battery, you can easily do the same procedure on this one. However, these batteries are pretty cheap. If you can get something like this for 60 bucks, your time may be better spent just buying a new battery. However, it's up to you. After all, I'd rather have 60 bucks in my pocket than at the auto store. Now there are a lot of different battery failure modes, a lot of different battery chemistries, and a lot of different battery constructions. And this leads to a lot of different permutations. There are literally thousands of different kinds of batteries out there. And each one requires a slightly different approach to optimally recover. However, what I'm going to show you here is a generic approach that will work on just about any battery, and work pretty well. It'll simplify things and allow you to use just one approach for every application. Now this conversation wouldn't be complete without mentioning that there are two major classifications of other approaches out there for solving this problem, and they are basically get-rich-quick schemes. They don't work. They sound good, people like to believe them, but there's nothing behind them. One is adding things to the batteries. You might hear of people saying, put an aspirin in each cell, or add Epsom salt. Believe me, if the battery manufacturers could benefit by adding Epsom salt, they would do that. They don't, and they don't for a good reason. The second method is pulse charging. There are a lot of places out there on the internet advocating pulse charging. Well, let me tell you, pulse charging does not work. So yeah, go ahead and put your hate comments below, but it doesn't work. Pulse charging is simply an inferior method of properly reconditioning a battery. Now, there is a US patent out there on pulse charging, but let me give you a little secret here. You can patent just about anything. It doesn't have to work. So this is the battery that I'm going to demonstrate this procedure on. And I have my multimeter on the leads, and you can see that the voltage is 10.12 volts. It is obviously bad. It has a bad cell. I have tried to charge it on a standard charger, and it refuses to accept a charge. Now, if this battery has the problem that I believe it does have, it's non-recoverable, it's permanently destroyed, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. I don't want to give up on it yet, and this seems like a good opportunity to demonstrate this procedure. So the first thing that you need to do is grab your battery charger. And I don't mean a charger like this. This is a microprocessor controlled charger, and it thinks it's smarter than you are. I'm not going to comment on that, but this kind of charger is not going to work. Now, the literature even says that this charger will desulfate batteries, but it doesn't. These will never do what you really need to do to desulfate a battery. What you need is a charger like this. This is just a standard old traditional dumb charger. Now, you can use the style that comes on wheels or something like this, a little handheld one. This happens to be a 6-amp charger, and this works just great for this application. All it is a transformer and a rectifier, and that's exactly what you need. Something that has no smarts in it whatsoever.